Hello, and welcome to Wednesday's Child, a podcast for inspiring, no fluff conversations about authenticity, diversity, equity, and representation in brand storytelling. We are here to create space, connection, growth, and transformative experiences for our listeners. I'm your host, Danisha Lomax. Today's guest is a powerhouse, someone who's shaping the future of sports, beauty, and storytelling. Please welcome Celessa Baker, Vice President of Marketing Partnerships at Sephora. Celessa, hello and welcome.
Hi, Tanisha.
Hi.
So good to see you.
So good to see you. Where are we? Tell our listeners where we are.
We are in Cannes,
Ugh, amazing.
beachside location.
That's right.
What a great way to kick this off.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Celessa, one way we love to start the pod is talking about our celestial
Yeah.
connections. Tell us, do you know your big three? And if you know them, tell us what they are.
So I don't know my big three because timing and birth certificate is challenging.
It is. It's a challenging
I'm a
thing.
Scorpio,
Oh,
but I like to say I'm not a true Scorpio because
eh?
when I think about some of the true Scorpio traits, I don't exhibit those all the time.
Okay.
I tend to lean more Libra, Virgo.
I love the
Um,
Libra.
not Scorpios so much,
I
but
mean,
you know.
what the listeners don't know is that we know each other very well. So I do know that you do have Scorpio vibes, but it comes from a very good
Yeah.
place.
So my birth certificate is in Farsi, so I can't read
Mm,
the time to get to the exact time.
ugh.
And to get the rising or the big three was a bit of a challenge for me.
It's okay. We got that one. We'll go off of it and
Yeah,
figure out the rest at a
absolutely.
different time. Um, as a Gemini sun, Pisces moon, and Libra rising, I vibe with your love for Virgo or thinking you're Virgo and Libra as well. Mercury is everything, but I think it's a good match for us.
It is. I mean, we've hung out, we've conversed, we've done a lot of things
We've
together.
done so many things together, but I want the listeners to learn a little bit more about you outside of your astrological sign.
Okay.
So tell me, tell us, tell the listeners, what does culture mean to you? We've had a lot of
Yeah.
conversations about culture, and I want people to hear it
Yeah.
from someone who knows how to nail it.
Um, well, I think there's two definitions of culture,
Okay.
right? There is the marketing definition of culture, and then there is culture.
Right. Right.
And being raised by an immigrant mother and an American Black father, I see culture very differently. It is generational traditions, it's language, it's the food you eat,
Mm,
it's the music you listen to,
yes,
it's the things that you hand down from generation to generation,
that's right.
right? But if we think about culture in the sense of marketing, I
Yeah.
think it's trend based. It's things that create a footprint or change the trajectory of what is happening in the world. It
Yeah.
is a moment in time that catapults us forward, that changes the future in some form or fashion. Versus, so I would say it's more trend based than it is like traditional. The things that we are celebrating in culture today will probably be recognized as a moment in time,
Right.
but don't create that tradition that you're passing forward. But what it does do is create a thumbprint that changes the future.
Mm,
And so in marketing, our job is to connect with consumers,
that's right.
to inspire some sort of emotion, evoke an action,
Yes.
and really do that through the work that we're doing.
That's right. Well, I love both of those definitions. And I think you have strategically and authentically allowed both of them to come together in the work that you do. So I want you to talk a little bit about the incredible collaborations you've done, specifically with Unrivaled, where you have brought groundbreaking professional women's basketball league uh, with a multi-layer partnership with Sephora, and you're bringing together not just beauty conversations, but beauty beyond and off of the court.
Yeah.
So, talk about how you bridge the gap with culture there.
I think what it starts with is a couple of insights. So, what's the insight that drives the
Mhm.
partnership? And I do have to give credit to my team. They're super sleuths. They live in your DMs. They are really
Ah,
the impetus that keeps us
we
together.
love a super sleuth.
So kudos to Nanette
Yeah.
for finding Unrivaled and identifying the opportunity. What was interesting about that and the insight that led to it, the average WNBA salary is $62,000 a year.
Wait a second.
So when you think about a professional
$62,000 a
athlete
year.
making $62,000 a year,
Ridiculous.
we were like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then there's more. There's a lack of endorsement deals and funding. Yes, there's the creme de la creme that get it, but it's still not on parity with professional men's sports.
Right.
Everything is a business.
Yes.
So I do understand the financial implications. But when we vetted the Unrivaled partnership, we really looked at how they were supporting the whole athlete.
Mm.
What was important to them wasn't just their performance on the court. What was important was being able to provide them equity in a league that would grow
Hmm.
and allow them to stay stateside. Brittany Griner went to Russia. She
That's
got
right.
arrested. She was in prison. And so they were saying, hey, if we provide this opportunity here in the States and you're actually making more money than you do in your WNBA season, then we can actually provide safety. You can be close to your family.
That's
We can
right.
provide income that has longevity.
That's
So that was the first thing. Then off the court, they said, we wanted a glam room. We have a massage facility. We have a mother's room. We have babysitting and daycare services. We're flying them first class. All of those things aligned with Sephora's core values of amplifying unheard voices, providing access and equity, leveling the playing field. So when you meet a partner like that, you're like, yes. And I want to say it was record breaking both in time and
That's right.
execution, 60 days from first call to in market.
Amazing. Break
Um,
culture.
Breaking culture, and then the wild card was the Sephora tunnel.
Mm.
It gave us an opportunity, and if you look at it from the very beginning to the end of the season, the players brought it. I guess the word is they ate
They
every single day,
down looks were done.
every day.
Ate down every single day.
And that for us was the magic of it.
Yeah.
And we had players that came up to us. We felt that they felt seen, and they were like, this has never been done for us before. We provided glam services for their media day.
You
And
did.
there was a lot of hesitancy.
Right.
They're like, I
Let's
don't
talk
know.
a little bit about the hesitancy. But before we do,
Hmm.
speaking of the glam room, I was there on the ground
Yes.
experiencing the glam room when Lisa Leslie said, as an up and coming star, I never had this.
Yep.
To have Sephora be a brand doing this for my babies is kind of what she
Yep.
expressed about the younger players was just groundbreaking. And to hear that come from her was amazing. But it also speaks to exactly what you're talking about.
Yep.
You broke the mold. You did something. You saw them beyond just them as a business,
Correct.
and you saw them as human beings.
And that goes back to the culture. Is
Right.
that culture? Maybe not necessarily in long standing, but did it change the trajectory? Because what we got after that were WNBA teams calling us saying, can you do our glam room?
Ugh,
Can you provide glam for media day?
yes.
Whether it's us or another beauty brand, we have changed the narrative in our partnership with Unrivaled. And that is what's meaningful.
And that is what's culture.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to switch gears just a little bit to talk about Faces of Music.
Hmm.
It dropped on Hulu earlier this year, already a Tribeca X nominee. So, talk to us about the partnership that we had together through Digitas Pictures and Imagine, and what it meant for Sephora to back three, again, bold, beautiful women in the music industry, but again, making that connection to
Yeah.
beauty.
I mean, first and foremost, we're not a movie studio or a production company. So entering in the foray of branded entertainment and really saying, we're going to trust Imagine, we're going to trust Digitas Pictures, we are going to build something from scratch. It was an idea. And then scouting the talent. I think we went through rounds and rounds. You were on the call.
We definitely went
There's
around.
one that we're a little kicking ourselves for that we
Okay.
passed on. It was like we couldn't get it up the hill, but what came out of it was beautiful storytelling centered in beauty.
Yeah,
We weren't hawking makeup products.
that's
We
right.
were allowing the talent, Chapel,
Chapel.
to talk about why she does the makeup the way she does,
That's right.
to really talk about she couldn't afford a makeup artist when her first album came out, so she did her own makeup and recreating that look. For Victoria Monet to talk about the empowerment and show her daughter, and Becky G to talk about the Hispanic influence on her life through the lens of beauty and the transformation. She went through the
Oh,
hairstyles and how important it was to cut her hair and that pivotal
what was
moment.
the moment? Right,
Yes.
exactly.
And what that evoked for her. So the journey, as is creative, it's messy, right? You learn along the
You
way.
do.
I think talent selection was critical, partnership
Right. So
was
important.
critical, and then stepping outside of our box. We had to push a little bit differently to say this is what we want to do, but all under the guise of telling stories about individual expression and the power of beauty.
That's right. I have to read this quote by Chapel. She said in the series, I created a world and people showed the hell up. I absolutely love that line because it speaks to you exactly what
Yeah.
you're saying, letting the artist kind of live and breathe and tell their own story, not pushing product, but Sephora as a
Yeah. Yeah.
facilitator of the story.
And it's a beautiful place to be.
Ugh, yeah.
Whether you are a makeup junkie or you have your 10-step skincare routine or you just wash and go, Sephora is there to meet
It's
you
there
in
to meet you
any way
every.
that you choose to be.
That's
And I
right.
think that is the world of beauty, and that's what makes it beautiful.
Ugh, I think that's a perfect segue into your role as a leader
Mhm.
because I'm about to
Uh-oh.
big you up real quick. You've been recognized as a 2024 trailblazing woman, and you have spoken on so many stages. I've just had the honor to share a few of those stages with you. But when we were together last year at Black Week's inaugural um, their stage. You said you talked about how you lived your experiences and how your lived experiences have shaped you as a leader, particularly when it comes again to inclusive storytelling and brand building. So, can you talk a little bit about that? We had a beautiful, vulnerable moment. Not that we have to have one again, but I would love for us to. You share that with the listeners.
Sure. So my journey is non-conventional, and I will tell you there was a time where I was a horrible people manager.
Mm.
And I had to take a moment back. I had just gotten an opportunity to be promoted and lead a team of my peers, and I was a horrible boss.
Oh my
Like,
God.
I was horrible. I didn't know what I was doing
First of
because
all, can I just say thank you for that self-reflection? Not a lot of us take the moment to say I wasn't good at my job.
I was not
Yeah.
I was not good at it.
Okay.
And I had to take a step back because when you go from doer to leader,
Yes.
you have to learn the art of delegation
Yep.
and the art of really development of talent.
Yeah.
The reflection of your success is really the strength of your team.
That's right.
And I remember going on maternity leave. I used to raise my hand for everything. I'm like, I'll take that project because I was wanting to climb the ladder.
Right.
And finally I took a step back. I came back from maternity leave. I said, I don't have bench strength. For the next
Mhm.
18 months, my job is to pour into the team, to develop them, to teach them, to coach them. And
Yeah.
that was a pivotal change for me.
Yeah.
And I consider myself a people first leader. It's a team. I grew up in a restaurant. My mother owned a restaurant and she was like, you will bust the tables, you will
That's
wash the
right. You will
dishes,
learn
you will
every
stock the
job
thing.
in here.
So I learned everything. And I
Right.
learned that by doing all of those things, I could be in better service to the team.
Yeah.
And ultimately, being in service to your team allows a difference of opinions,
Mhm.
varying points of views,
Yeah.
different ways to do things. We're
Yeah.
both moms. We think the way that we need to do it is the way
It's
that
the
it
way
has
it
to be
has to be
done. And we
done.
watch our kids and we're like, "Oof,
And
that's
that's
not
not
how
the
I would have
way.
done it." But they have a different approach
And they have to learn.
and
That
it
is
has
how
to
you
be
learn.
okay.
That's
And
right.
so, if you want the best stories,
Yeah.
if you want the best ideas, you have to allow people to be who they are
Yeah.
in a way that is authentic for them, and then coach and nurture them to give them platform, to give them levity, to give them the support that they need to be in this space of marketing.
I love that so much. Again, the self reflection and awareness is beautiful. I think it comes with age and with
Yeah.
grace. But I think, hearing you say ideas come from anywhere and
Mhm.
you just have to take a step back and listen to them and allow them to flow is everything. What's on your bingo card for your leadership growth this year?
Oh, wow. Um, I don't know if I have a bingo card. I would say,
Okay.
the thing is you've completed your job when you can be replaced by the people on your team,
That's what they say. That is exactly what they
which is a
say.
very scary place to
So are you
be.
feeling like you can be replaced?
I'm okay with that
Amen.
because I have to
Amen.
make space. When I was coming up, I don't think that was the mantra.
No, that was not the context. That was not
It was
what
like,
they
there's
told
only
you.
one slot. It's
There's
going to be
only
mine. It's going to be mine.
one.
And now I'm like, no, if I've built this beautiful table together with this team,
Yeah,
there might be another table that I can go build. There
come
might be another
on.
opportunity that I can forge the
Yes.
way. And I think being a non traditional marketer, not having gotten my MBA and graduate degree, but kind of falling in
What are
love with
those
it,
anyway?
I don't know. Let's see what AI does. Will that even be a thing? Let me go get one
And
via
then we'll
AI.
see.
Yes.
I think that is so beautiful. I heard, you know what? I can be replaced and that's okay. But you know what else I'll go do? I'll go bid another table.
Yeah.
And I think that is something we all need to think about. Okay, one more question. And this is special to me because Wednesday's Child is all about people who are born on Wednesdays and how they're so inquisitive and curious about everything. What is your last piece of Wednesday wisdom for our listeners? You've dropped a few gems, but I think there's one more.
I always say, and I got a couple of nuggets, right? One, really, really, really,
We love all the
really,
nuggets.
um, my boss in the music industry was like, don't take the answer no from someone who can't tell you yes. And that just means your first no might not really be a no.
Right.
Might be asking the wrong person, asking the wrong question, not digging in the right places. Don't let a no be your setback.
Yes.
Use that as an opportunity to get to your yes.
I love that. My dad always says no just means not right now.
Yeah.
And I
And it's
agree.
true.
Okay. Okay, everyone, it's time for closing cards. And this is something that I like to do to leave our guests with a piece of wisdom from myself that I've been kind of thinking about. And it'll also just kind of set the tone for the rest of our time. Um, the card that we have is the Two of Cups.
Mm.
Do you know what this is
What does this mean?
about? Okay, I'm going to read it to you.
Tell me, tell me.
While sometimes associated with new love, the Two of Cups in tarot also represents partnerships and connections, often signifying the beginning of a new relationship or deepening of existing bonds. Speaking of everything you just talked about, setting a new table potentially, it can also represent friendship, business partnerships, or even unifying of different aspects of yourself. Essentially, it's a card about harmony, balance, and the power of two forces coming together.
Oh.
You've created so many forces already with Unrivaled, with Faces of Music, and I just know there's more to come. So I'm excited to be a little fly on the window.
Oh, thank you. And you filled my cup
Ah, thank
because if not for this role, we wouldn't have forged such a strong relationship.
you. Amen. Amen. Ashe.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And that's a wrap, everyone. Thank you so much for listening to the first episode of Wednesday's Child. Huge thanks to Celessa Baker for joining me on my first episode. Your light and your fire is so tangible, and I'm so excited about what you'll do next. Hopefully, today's conversation sparked something inside of you, and hopefully, you won't stop there. Please subscribe because I want you to hear more from me as I know I have more to give. It's really going to be about culture, community, and creativity. So tag us in your socials, hashtag Wednesday's Child Podcast, and let's keep the conversation going. I'm your host, Danisha Lomax. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Keep dreaming big, collaborating boldly, and questioning everything because that's where the true magic lives. Until next time.